Hi guys, so as you can probably tell, I have an intro. I made it with an app, so it's nothing too special, but I thought it'd be a fun way to sort of make my channel a bit more professional. I don't know. I'm still working out the kinks. That being said, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna make the Mira and Millie date night video, and that's because I'm not sure if it should be like a photo slideshow, like where I have photos of what's happening, and then I put text at the bottom of the screen. I'm like, hey, here's what's going on. Or if I do like a little iMovie. I'm definitely not doing stop motion. I tried it in 2015 with American Girl dolls, and that was hard enough. I don't want to have to try that again with dolls that have 22 joints of articulation. That's way out of my talent range. So yeah. Instead, today I'm going to do a video on how you can take care of your dolls so they last a long time. And this is something that I've learned over the years through trial and error. It's something a lot of people will learn, but if you're starting to get into doll collecting, then this is something that might be really helpful. Now, I only have Barbie dolls to demonstrate this with. I don't have like my American Girl dolls with me, or my Bratz doll with me, or my Monster High dolls, so I'll probably have to do a part 2 this summer. I don't know. One thing you can do to take care of your dolls is to always make sure that their hair is in good shape. So what I mean by this is you put their hair in a hairstyle. If you're not trying to like curl it or something, take it out of that hairstyle when you're done with it. And the reason I say this is because this allows the hair to sort of lay flat and to feel more natural and clean. And by natural and clean, I mean something like this. So you can see her hair is down, it's long, it was super curly before, and if you like that, you can keep it like that, but like if I were to have it pulled up, I would take it back down when I'm done with the photo so she doesn't have a little lump on here. And if that is the case, boil wash it. So what you're probably thinking is, Abby, what's a boil wash? A boil wash is where you heat up a cup of water, either on the stove or microwave or kettle, whatever, and to a point where it's almost boiling. Then what you're going to do is you're going to just dip your doll's hair into the cup, and then you're going to bring it back out and comb it. And then do this as many times as you need to straighten out the hair. This helps the hair to sort of lay flat and get rid of any unwanted bumps that the packaging that the doll came in might have caused. This also helps if you want to curl the doll's hair or straighten it. So if you were to curl the doll's hair, you heat up the water as normal, and then you probably take like pipe cleaners or cut pieces of straw and bobby pins, roll up the pieces of hair, and then dip the head into the hot water. Do it a few times, then let it dry completely. Take out the miniature DIY rollers, and you have curly doll hair. Some hairstyles will not need a boil wash. There are some dolls where their hair is like in a bunch of little braids. You don't need to boil wash for that. Don't even comb those out because those will be fine as is. What's really helpful is if you have a little spray bottle. I got this at my local grocery store for like $5. I just have it filled with water, and what I do is I spray her hair, and I use this little comb that I have to comb it out and make sure there are no knots in it. And this just helps the hair to last a bit longer on the doll, because especially if you don't know how to reroot hair, it's important to take care of said hair on the doll. So now her hair is a little brushed out. It looks really nice. I love her hair color. The next thing is taking care of their joints. So if you want the joints to last a while, obviously the first no-brainer is, well, don't use them. That's not always a good idea, especially if you first get them out of the box. So just be sure to bend them all and make sure that the joints aren't too stiff. But then after that, if you don't want the joints to get super loose super fast, do be careful with how often you pose your dolls and how often you move the joints when playing with them or when collecting them, and like place them on the shelf just so that the joints last a long time. So I'm very particular about this. The Maisie Moo joints last a lot longer than like the Barbie Fashionistas from 10 years ago because they are double jointed. Look at that beautiful knee. But yeah, it's my favorite type of Barbie body, and I think a lot of people in the doll community can agree with me, at least in the terms of range with the articulation. So when I'm traveling with my dolls, I put them in like a little grocery store bag, and that's because the bag that I use is dirty, thus putting marks on your faces that might not always be able to come off. So to solve that, I just put them in this, and that way whenever I need to take them out, they're not as dirty, and I can make sure that their faces stay nice and clean. Even then, I will try to clean their faces every once in a while if they have like little spots on their noses, which is the first thing on their face to get dirty. I don't know why. I don't know. This is mainly for like lighter skin dolls just because the dirt marks are so much more apparent. Now, darker skin dolls, they can get dirty. However, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. The appearance of it isn't as prevalent. So if I were to take a picture of her and she had dirty marks on her face, oh, her hair's so pretty. She had dirty marks on her face, you wouldn't be able to tell as easily as someone with like Millie or something. Another thing you want to do is to try to keep the doll's exposure to sunlight limited. This is because the sun can cause coloring to fade over time. And this is with everything. All colors, with all the stuff, it causes it to fade. And especially if you have dolls, you might not want that because the clothing color may fade or their skin color may like turn like a really ugly color. But the best way to avoid this is if you're outside with your dolls, try to have like a little umbrella or something to provide a bit of shade for them. On that note, if you're in a really hot climate like me, and it gets really hot really fast, be sure to make sure that your dolls are cool, not like hot. They can be like warm, but not like hot. That's so the plastic doesn't melt, because especially if it melts in a certain way that can't be undone, that's not going to be good. Another way to take care of your dolls is when it comes to making custom doll outfits, especially if you're using denim, be sure to wash it before placing it on the doll because some of the dyes from the fabric can transfer onto the doll and the dyes might not be able to come out. This is the same if you're doing any face customizations or like My Froggy Stuff did a DIY hair coloring video where she used Sharpies to color the doll's hair, and some of it transferred onto the doll. So if you're doing doll customizations, do be sure to be careful, and if that does happen, she has some solutions as to what to do. I'll probably put them on the screen somewhere if I find them. When storing your dolls, because there's definitely tons of different ways to store them, make sure it's nice and neat. This is again so the hair doesn't get ratty and their joints aren't like flying all over the place like that Chalkman outline. It also just helps them to last longer, and this is something I've learned as well. So I always make sure that their hands are like posed like this so that when I lay them in my little drawer flat like this, or if I stand them up on a doll stand, They're all nice and neat. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm sorry it's lackluster. I promise I am trying to figure out the best way to make some of these videos. I want it to be the best quality that I can do for y'all. I don't want to just put out a video for the sake of putting it out and have it lack quality. So if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment what you want to see next or any things that you thought were interesting, or if you have any of your own tips. I want to see what y'all think would be a great way to take care of your dolls. And if you're not already subscribed, do be sure to click that subscribe button. It'll really help out my channel. Alright, have a great day.